We cross live now to Onikon Stadium in Lagos State, where we have the Workers' Day rally currently in place. And of course, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is scheduled to make a speech shortly. Seems to be a fully packed event. Of course, a retinue of policemen, coming out. And I suspect they are from the phalanx of guards for the governor, who just came in at the moment, and he will be speaking shortly. There's been a lot of discussions over workers' plight as this year's celebration takes place. There's a need to do more on the part of critics, on the part of observers, and those other stakeholders as well.
Since the majority of Nigerian workers have to make do with a monthly minimum wage of just 30,000 naira, and only 17% of Nigerian workers hold jobs that pay enough to get them out of poverty.
Of course, after factoring in rent, transportation, and other medical expenses, electricity, and so forth, among others, the average Nigerian worker can't even make ends meet. And earlier on we were talking about inflationary trends as well.
Exactly.
Hyperinflation environment, and this has been made worse by the, of course, rising cost of living. All right, we'll now listen to the government.
Isoleto, Africa, solidar, forever, solidarity, solidarity, solidarity forever. Lagos workers, big Lagos great workers, Baba. Greatest of the 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 greatest. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. I feel so proud, so elated. Today, the 1st of May, 2022, that God has spared all our lives. All of us are here in large number. I want to adopt all the well-established protocols. All of you commissioners that are here, SFZ Chief of Staff, let me thank you. All the leaders of our union, the retired but not tired, all of our elders that are there, I acknowledge each and every one of you. I acknowledge the current leadership of the Lagos State Chapter of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Comrade High Chief Iyalode Sesi, the one and only, and I acknowledge very warmly the chairman of the TUC Lagos State branch, Comrade Kundayo, and his entire team. I acknowledge the leadership of JNC in the Lagos State Public Service. I acknowledge all of the leadership of the various unions that are here today. And of course, our gentlemen of the press that are here in large number. It is with a great pleasure that I join all workers of Lagos State and indeed Nigeria and the rest of the world to commemorate this year's International Workers' Day, a day to celebrate, to recognize, and to acknowledge the contribution of our ever hardworking, dedicated labor force to the prosperity of our state and our nation. I therefore take this opportunity to appreciate all Lagos State workers, both in the private and the public sector, for your immense contribution to the economic growth and well-being and development of our state. Your untiring hard work has brought the continuous prosperity to our dear state and to create the boundless opportunities for the advancement of our society. The theme of this year's May Day celebration, labor, politics, and the quest for good governance and development in Nigeria, brings to mind the onerous tasks ahead of us to build a prosperous society that feeds its people, that provides decent and affordable health care and education, a society that provides a standard of living for every Lagosian. To join hands together in developing a political system that is able to truly and sustainably deliver the dividends of democracy to all and sundry. May 1st of every year offers the opportunity for us as a government to review the progress made in regards and use it to rededicate ourselves to working collaboratively for the good of all. It is also a day to reassess the plight of the working class and to look for how we can create the conditions for an improved working environment and welfare for our people. In Lagos State, our workers are the topmost priority that we have as a government. And I believe we have always gone to great lengths to demonstrate this. We are a state known for prompt payment of our workers' salary, indeed by the 23rd of every month, while equally making every effort to ensure that our retirees received prompt attention. I'm pleased to note that I recently approved the implementation of the new minimum wage consequential adjustment for all our retirees on the old pension scheme. We are also determined to conclude the settlement of all outstanding accrued benefits before the end of our administration. Everybody must be to date to time in outstanding accrued benefits. For the agencies and the parastatals of our government that from time to time have issues of remitting their pension contribution of their workers to the PFAs, we do not hesitate to step in at all times to bail them out, even as we work towards a lasting solution to be able to remove these current challenges. For us, we are duty-bound to do everything to ensure that whether in service or in retirement, the entitlement of you, our workers, remain sacrosanct. On this occasion, last year, I handed over to your leadership a title document for 10 hectares of land in Idera, in Ibejuleki, and Akaramaku in Badagry for the construction of Workers' Village. I know that Sesi had said that she has not accessed the land. The permanent secretary land is here, and I've handed him over to ensure that before the end of next month, he goes and identify the real land. Where are you? The real land to PS land is here. That's it. Ceci has his number. He's going to take you to the real land. It's not a photo trick. You will have your real land, and he has agreed that he will take you there next week so that you can start your work. Also last year, we officially made about 12 vehicles available for our union, but I want to announce that the outstanding 5 has also been handed over and been released to them. I'm pleased to note that we will soon be presenting, in fact we'll have it here today, the title document for the 2 parcels of land that we assured you we're going to give for the headquarters of TUC and NLC. And it is therefore my honor, in the heart of Alausa Ikeja, we're giving you precious land in the CBD of Lagos that will build the headquarters of Lagos branch of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Lagos State. Okay. Lagos branch, Lagos State Council of the Nigerian Labour Congress. She has here almost 1,000 square meters that I'm handing over to the chairman, NLC Lagos. Ceci, this is it, inside CBD. Similarly, in the same place, I'm also handing over the plot of land for the chairman, Lagos State branch for the TUC, Honorable Ekundayo. I'm sure they will come back to me on how we're going to develop it. Don't worry, I'm your governor, I'm here for you. Once you get in the land, we do the design together and we'll start building together. By this time next year, we'll show them the picture of how far we have taken the building to. That is if it's not completed by the grace of God. We will not leave you alone. You will not leave you alone. Also, training and capacity building are central pillars in our view. The management of our organized labor. And I wish to emphasize that our development agenda is anchored on the existence of a skillful, productive, competitive, and adaptive human resource base. To this end, I have also approved that 13 members from the delegation of Lagos, TUC and LLC, and the Lagos State Public Service will be going on the annual International Labour Organization course convention in Geneva. The ILO convention in Geneva have given approval for 13 of your members, chairman, secretary, and all of them to go so that you can judge with international bodies and you can bring about the best policy in international labor and all of the things that is required for us in Lagos State. Furthermore, following the establishment of the Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy and the setting up of all the necessary structures for a formal take-off of and smooth operation of this academy, I wish to use this opportunity to inform all Lagosians that the call for nomination of candidates into this academy will commence from the first week, this coming week in May. This academy will be committed to developing future leaders by equipping them with the requisite skills to foster community commitment of a public service and installing in them the ethics and values of a purposeful leadership through direct mentoring on the job training. This academy will therefore provide a platform for young Lagosians and Nigerians who aspire to be future leaders in their position. Let me also announce here that the public service who did not obtain study permits before proceeding on courses to always ask for retrogressive approval. Please make sure that you get the necessary approvals so that I don't need to begin to approve, when you finish your courses retrospectively. I think we've cleared the backlog of over 2,000 or 3,000 retrospective approvals of all of the public service that have gone to acquire additional training. It is worthy to mention that the public sector reforms being implemented by administration have empowered Lagos State Public Service to migrate confidently to the knowledge-based driven technology that is required in the 21st century Lagos. Fellow Lagos State workers, I'm also pleased to note that our ongoing reforms in the transportation sector will help to reduce the economic burden that you all have, the workers of Lagos State, and expand the opportunity available to you and your family for safe and comfortable commute. We are set to build on the gains of our BRT initiatives and to also ensure that our commitment and ensuring that the red line and the blue line are completed before the first quarter of 2023 is unreversible. I want to assure you that by the time we're coming for next year's May Day celebration, most of you will be committing on the blue line. You'll be committing on the blue line, and it will be dropping you here close to this place at Unicon Stadium. It will bring you close after Marina. That is a blue line for you, and it will be available. On that day, we'll make it free self so that our workers can come here, to come and participate with us. Ours is to ensure that all of our policies are people-friendly, are human-friendly, and can reduce the pressure and the stress that our workers are currently experiencing. We believe that these two lines will move millions of our passengers, of our citizens effectively and affordably. And we're ensuring that once that is started, we'll begin to see the real 21st century Lagos that all of us are talking about. All these efforts I have outlined above and many others have been undertaken and are motivated by one purpose: to build a purposeful economy that allows good citizens to earn decent wages and create jobs for those who are willing to work. I dare not bore you with all of our interventions in education, in health, in agric, in public service, in all spheres. You saw the lady from Ilera Eko coming. Ilera Eko is supposed to be something that all of our public servants will have. All of the workers in Lagos should have, and ensure that they can access quality health facility in both the public and private health institutions. It's not only in public, but also in private health institutions. That is the plan, and that's what we're also ensuring. And to also assuage all of our workers in tertiary institutions. You can see that because we said that we want Lagos to be a true 21st century, that's why we have two brand new universities. That's why we have the University of Science and Tech, the former Polytechnic that is now University of Science and Tech, and the former Adeniran Osoyan and Michael Otedola College of Education that have all been converted to the University of Education. I want to assure all of our workers in tertiary institutions that Lagos State will stop at nothing to ensure that your welfare in our tertiary institutions is paramount and is critical to our deliverables on a monthly basis. We emphasize with some of our other people, but for us in Lagos, we continue to ensure that the workers' welfare and salary is critical to us. I also want to tell our NUT teachers, because I heard when they mentioned that we need to increase the payment, the allowances that will give the head teachers. We have done that for secondary school, and I know that you clap for us. For the primary school, we have also given the approval. But I want to assure you, before the end of June, we are working with the local. Before the end of June, you should begin to earn that enhanced payment. I don't know if it is 100,000, I don't know the figure, but I know that the increments has been signed, and we can get those figures before the end of June. So NUT, we are for you, we are with you. You can be rest assured that we hear your message very loud and clear. Fellow Lagos State workers, as a government, there is no gainsaying the fact that we fully acknowledge the constitutional provision that workers are entitled to certain rights, including the right to a reasonable working condition and a fair remuneration. Today, I wish to affirm that this administration will safeguard these rights in order for us to have a strong, self-motivated, proactive workforce, which is the bedrock in which we shall continue to build our prosperity. However, we must always remember that those rights carry with them certain responsibilities which require workers and employers to consult and negotiate in order to avoid debilitating costly industrial action. And I'm sure that we're all together on this platform to ensure that any form of disagreement, we resolve it on the table. Any form of disagreement, any form of issue, we resolve it on the round table that will not lead to any industrial action. Ensuring harmonious industrial relations will continue to be a very important aspect of our government in Lagos State. It is a legacy that we have inherited and which will continue. We'll continue to strive to maintain, God helping us. We will continue to be a state known for mutual respect between government and the organized labor. Without industrial peace and harmony, little or no sustained development can be possible. And so I want to assure you that. Finally, I've also been reminded that I've also given approval to ensure that all our directors, we give them cars because they deserve it. We will ensure that we begin to work out that for our director cadre, and we have worked out the scheme to ensure that, we give them, the desired cars for them to be able to move from one point to the other. As we begin preparation for next general election in our state and in our country, we must keep in mind the robust growth and the progress of the last 2 decades and rededicate ourselves to building the future of our dreams together. I think the Labour Union has humbly, come here with a commitment of assurance. I think we feel humble that you have given us your assurances, your cooperation and your commitment that you want us to continue to be of service, because it is of service to you. We will take it forward, and we will not relent in this. We take it with all sense of responsibility. We take it with all sense of commitment that we're humble with your endorsement of our government and wish ourselves the very, very best. Once again, I want to say that God bless you. God continue to bless the great workers of Lagos State. God continue to bless your families. God continue to bless our country and our nation. And I hope to see all of you next year. Bigger, better celebration in another May Day celebration. Thank you very much. And let the march past begin in earnest. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome back. You're still on this special coverage of the Workers' Day, May Day celebrations. And of course, these are visuals from Lagos. We will be going to Abuja shortly. Punariman Benjamin, our correspondent there, is standing by. All right, Punariman, what can you tell us about the May Day celebrations where you are?
Okay, so we're right here at the Eagle Square in the nation's capital, Abuja, where thousands of Nigerian workers are gathered to celebrate the International Workers' Day. Of course, you know that over 140 other nations are celebrating Workers' Day today. And across the states, of course, today is Workers' Day and the celebrations are ongoing. And you know that it's a day of celebration, but a lot of demands are still there and pending. The Nigerian workers are still asking for free education for Nigerian students. They are also asking for improved economy. Then the issue of minimum wage is still on the front burner. It's something that they have been, deliberating and talking to government to see a change in the welfare of Nigerian workers. 30% minimum wage, according to the Nigerian Labour Congress, is not visible and is not, in line with current realities. And they also are asking for so many other issues that are still pending. And you know that the ASU is still on strike. That is another issue that is on ground. Well, the Nigerian government is saying that it's negotiating to resolve the issue of ASU. I have one of the officials, one of the labor officials with me here, Malam Atahiru. Can you please tell us what we should be expecting today, looking at the Workers' Day celebration?
What we are looking at is that the economy is totally down. What we are being paid as salaries, the minimum wage cannot take anybody anywhere. apart from that, all other issues of governance, especially insecurity, is at a very alarming rate. People are being killed every day and government cannot do anything about it. So what the Trade Union Congress and Nigeria Labour Congress have decided to do is to take over the political governance of Nigeria. Instead of making demands, we want to go to that kitchen where the food is cooked and do it on our own. We have formed our political commission. We are working with the Zenith Labour Party to see how we will now take over the political governance in Nigeria. If you are not aware, Comrade Lula was the president of the workers in Brazil. The workers came together, formed a political party, and Lula became the president. And he pulled back Brazil from economic brink to prosperity. Those are the options we are looking at right now. Because we are complaining and nothing is being done. We can see that the government itself is overwhelmed. So there's no need to stay by the side and complain. We want to take over political governance. That's
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've heard from Atairu, one of the labor leaders here. And just to announce to you that the Vice President, the Nigerian Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, just walked into the stadium. So what we're expecting is to hear what he has to say to the Nigerian workers. And once he's up talking, we'll be able to give you more information on what he's going to be discussing here at the Workers' Day celebration.
Very well said, Punari ma'am. Thank you very much, especially for highlighting what was just said by the interviewee. It's actually daunting to understand that the hope has basically been lost more or less by the union, and now they are thinking of taking matters into their own hands in terms of assuming political responsibility. But besides the Vice President's speech, what else are we anticipating to play out today?
A lot of people haven't spoken yet. The NLC president is yet to speak, and some other leaders of the union. And of course, the FCT minister is here, and then we'll also be expecting the speech by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige. So many other people will be speaking, and I'm sure with that, we'll be able to give you more information on the happenings on ground here at the Eagle Square in the nation's capital, Abuja.
All right, Punari ma'am, just before we let you go, can you tell us what the mood of the average worker is in the stadium right now? You just highlighted some of the challenges they're going through. So what can you tell us about what they feel about this year's May Day celebration?
I would say that the mood is not so encouraging. Prior to now, I'd spoken to some of the workers, and they are talking about how bad the economy is and how they are struggling, to survive because of the minimum wage. It has been one issue that has always been on the front burner. The mood here is not as exciting as it should, but we'll keep talking to them to see whether government will make a policy statement that will make them feel a bit better. And then it's not just about making policy statement, and then we hope that even as government speaks, they will also act on all the things and the promises that they've been making to the Nigerian workers.
Indeed, Punari Benjamin, our correspondent in Abuja, many thanks for your perspective of the workers' celebration in that region. It's good to have you.